Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? How's everybody doing today? I'm great. I know I'm wearing a turtleneck in September. Well, it's fall, but I just got this yesterday. This and the pair of pants from Shein. So I wanted to show it off today. I don't know if the floral's in for fall. I think it is. I mean, floral's always in, but I don't remember if I read about floral prints being in for fall, winter. We'll talk trends because I got some opinions. Yeah, I mean, you kind of when you look up the trends for the seasons, I've been more on the trendy side this year. Between last year and this year, I've kind of, while staying true to myself and my style, I've kind of gotten into the trendier things. So I always look online, see what's trending, what's on, what's going on right now. And a lot of the times they're the same thing, but you will get different sites who have a whole different thing. I'm like, what? Yeah. So I was already looking at the spring, summer of next year, showing, I think, oranges, powder pinks. It's always the same other things, the sheer anything, knits, fringes, denim on denim. I'm just like, been done. So, but it always comes back in a new form. So here we are. Fall right now is, of course, burgundies. They're putting in greens. What else? I think the same stuff that like, always is a fall staple. Denim on denim again, cheetah print. I mean, it's nothing new, but it's just finding ways to revamp it every year. That's, I guess, whatever. And I'm not like highly educated on fashion. I would love to go into fashion as a career. So maybe if I get off my ass and do something about it anyway, and it's a reason why I have a lot of things, a lot of clothes. The minute I get rid of something, it goes in style, but you just find ways, and I think a lot of people always think too with fashion who want to, I guess, keep up with the Joneses sense kind of thing. They want to keep up with the trends, so they like go broke trying to buy all this expensive shit. You could repurpose your things, reuse your things. It's okay to wear a couple seasoned old things and just kind of find a way to revamp it, It's expensive to buy clothes. Me broke and I'm still shopping, but you can buy simple staples and just rework it, where it gets tricky is when, and I'm trying to learn this, is when you buy like prints, like all this like over the top prints, busy prints that kind of won't be a thing in the next year. It's like we get lost in the prints because it's different, it's colorful. Oh my god, design, like we of course to the eye we're like, oh my god, it's amazing, let me buy this, and then you never wear it again because it's so busy over the top. It doesn't go with the next year's flow unless you really just don't care. But if you're into the fashion, it's harder. If you're trending into the fashions, it's harder to style the busy prints the next year, So that's like a tougher challenge. But I'm saying, like, people always feel like when new trends come out, they got to buy new clothes. And of course, these stores always come out with the next trends, the new clothes. And you're like, oh my God, I really like this stuff. But do I need it? Is there a way I can repurpose what I've got to kind of make it resemble this in a way? And I think we need to get into more of that mindset, especially in the times that we live in with inflation. But anyway, it's so weird. Fashion has gone from this year, like, we want to be race car drivers. We work for Pepsi. Hunting is in. I'm like, oh my god, like I never thought I would want hunting gear, like hunting pants. Every store's got them. Hollister's like my favorite right now, and Abercrombie, like the pants, like camo, not camouflage, but like the woods, if you're like a hunter gear, it looks like. I'm like, oh my god, I want to be a hunter but make it fashion. I'm like, oh, like I never would have thought I'd ever be into something like that. And like, because I guess it's fashion, we're into it, so it's like, oh, okay, just kind of reuse your things. I buy a lot of things, of course, like white turtleneck will always be in style, You can buy floral jeans that will always be kind of in style, just depending on how you style it. Plaids, I got plaids over there. Plaid there. You could always style plaid. So maybe that can be a video I do, where you don't need to always buy new things. Just really work on the solid colors and go from there. And if you don't, focus more on accessories to kind of make it busy in a way. Belts, shoes, socks, necklaces, this, that, hats. Like, you can do it all with that. So that gives me a good little project idea maybe to do. try to do a video on things, because I have a lot of busy looking prints that I'm like, when am I ever going to wear this? Because it's not really the thing. I don't know. That makes sense. I don't know. People always think, oh my God, I mean, and it's true. You walk into any store, you walk into Target, it's like a new collection every week. You go to Marshall's, there's always something new. You go anywhere in the mall, Forever 21, H&M, Hollister. You go to any store, it's like the next thing. Shein, it's like, oh my God, like all this is from Shein. Of course, they always come out with new things, and they're affordable prices. You're like, oh my God. So it's like, okay, can we like try to maybe save and try to figure out how we can reuse, repurpose what we've got? And a lot of things that I've started to do with some of my older clothes, because cropping is a thing. I'm into my crop era right now. I'm thinking, can I crop this shirt? Can I, cut the sleeves off? Can I rip, like, just dress it a little bit? Can I add things to it? Like bows, jewels, there are ways. So I think people need to think about that more, so. And support your local thrift shops. I'm a big thrifter. You can find lots of fun things at thrift stores that you could like repurpose and, try to make it your own, try to add your personal style into what's trending. That's what I try to do. So love it. Anyway, it's my fashion, my 101 on fashion. Nothing else going on, guys. I do want to talk. Oh my God. Every time I talk about this, I do want to talk about relationships. Every time I talk about this, somebody gets pissed off, and I'm like, sorry, but I'm very passionate about it. So if you are easily triggered, easily insecure, no offense, easily insecure, you got like issues, turn off the video, because we're not about it. I'm not about to be about it, because I'm not gonna be nice about it either. So it just, everybody's stories are different. I got it. And whose business is it of mine to talk about this? I can just mind my own business, go about my day, worry about my shit, because I got a lot of mental shit going on with myself for years now. So who am I? Mind your business, right? But it still bothers me. So I don't like to stay quiet. I like to speak my mind, and so I get it. I should just mind my business and not even talk about it. But here we are. What fun would that be? Minding my business. Who does that anymore? They like to mind my business, so I'm gonna mind your business. So anyway, it just really drives me crazy how people depend on other people when it comes to relationships. They just cannot find their own happiness. I mean, due to many reasons and factors, of course, it stems from a lot of people's childhood stuff and upbringings, parents, lack of parents, things. And then also mixes in with today's world and how society is treating us. So then that plays a factor, financial stuff plays a factor, the inflation, all that. Like, there's a lot of factors, but, back to relationships, like, it just blows my mind at how many people depend on another person. And when they find that said person, they have to just really let people know, I'm seeing somebody, I'm with this person, look at me, I'm happy, look at us, we're so happy. Like, where's the Sharpie? Because you know where I'm going to say to put it. Insecure, across the forehead. Like, you don't need to let people know. Like, we get it. People want this. And I think it's because a lot of these people, they haven't had this said love. They discredit whatever was good in the past. They discredit that. I have my new relationship. The other guys suck compared to this guy. It's the same thing every time. Typical narcissistic behavior as well. So it's like, it's nothing new. You get with this new guy. Everybody else is shit now in the past because you didn't learn any lessons, right? We all learn something from everybody we meet. There is a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. There's a purpose. We are with everybody that we come into contact with. So they discredit and disregard everything about their past, right? So now they're this new person. They see fireworks, fairy tale endings. I'm gonna marry this guy. Oh my God, look at him. Oh my God, like, it's the perfect Hallmark movie that anybody would want to watch, right? Because we all want that happy Hallmark ending, Hallmark movie in their lives. But it just does not work like that, And some people will go so far to keep it going. They'll get engaged, of course, because everyone's got to get engaged right away now. They'll get engaged, they'll get married, give it a couple of years, and it'll be done, and it will be done. And when it is done, then it's like, oh my God, nobody ever loves me. What's wrong with me? What's this? No, because you don't take the time to do the work that you need to do for yourself. Anyway, I can just keep going on and on. It just blows my mind that people need to really depend on somebody. And maybe I'm saying this because I'm very probably I'm overly independent. And my last relationship completely destroyed me in the mind. So, and that's why I'm how I am today. So, makes a little saltiness in there. I guess you could mix a little salt in the wound there. But for me, but it still blows my mind. I always want to see people do well. I want to see people thrive if it's authentic. And when it's not authentic, it just blows my mind, because there are a lot of people who really bust their ass, who don't get shit. And they learn, I guess, the tougher lessons. But then I always say, well, that's a good thing. I'd rather learn the tougher lessons. I feel like I have definitely learned the tougher lessons in trying to find myself and have that foundation for myself, versus the people who are just constantly handed the things. They don't do half the work. They half-ass their life, and they're getting noticed. They're getting all this fame, their attention. They're getting this relationships, the jobs, this, but they're lacking what's to come, if that makes sense. When shit hits the fan in their lives, they're like, they're so confused, distraught. Oh my God. When shit happens to us, we kind of have more of an idea of how to handle it, because we've been handed the tougher lessons back to back at us, if that makes sense. So I get, there is a reason why we're getting the shit end of it, but we're learning we're getting more out of it in the long run, if that makes sense. And the other people who are half-assing it through life and getting everything handed to them, getting babied and all this shit, they will never learn. They'll need to learn. They're going to get hit with the tougher lessons later on, if that makes sense. But it just blows my mind. They don't know how to be capable of finding it within themselves because of whatever reason. But I always believe at some point there's got to be something you can do for yourself. People are very, I'm how I am. I've been through it. That's that. And I got to tell you something. I feel like, how the tables have turned in a way for me when somebody has told me I can't just be how I am. Because I used to say that in a way, when just because of my demeanor, is that the word? Just the way I speak, I'm very passionate. I'm very toned, I guess you could say, as in, like, if I say something, it looks like I'm saying it with an attitude, or I have a tone, that's just, and people will always are quick to be like, tone, bitch. And I'm like, excuse me, no, it's how I am. It's how I talk. So that was used against me in the past, where it's like, I'm how I am, take it or leave it. And I was always told, you can't just be how you are. But now looking back at it in the narcissistic tone, manipulation of it all, the people who go through the shit will say, that's how I am. That's how I was brought up. That's how I was raised. This is how I am. Oh, how the tables have turned. So really, it's that, like, prime example, true colors are shown. And you see it in their everyday lives. So it's like, these people depend on another person. These people can't wait to milk it on social media. These people can't wait to let it be known, I've got this great guy who does everything for me because nobody else did shit for me, right? And I'm so in love because I never had this love growing up. We can go there. We can get deep in the nitty gritty. We can get nitty gritty. And I get very passionate about this because I just like to see people succeed in life authentically. And I cannot stand it when people try to curve things and not do it authentically. And then, it makes me salty in a way. And I have a problem with comparing myself. But when I see other people just thriving off of half-ass, when people like us, we work hard, but we just don't seem to get the break that we need sometimes. So there's a little saltiness there, I guess you could say. But, it's understandable, too. It's like, cool, got it. People will just have their special fairy tale life for now, because, when it does end, because it will end, what do you got? You've got nothing, because you didn't do the work on yourself. You can say you did, but you didn't. But then people can just tell me to fuck off and be like, okay, mind your business, which I could be minding my business. I got things going on in my life. But, I'm good right now. I'm good. I've got time to sit down and talk shit and, tell it how it is. And it takes a mentally stable bitch like myself to see through people who don't have it together, who claim they've got it together, and they want this fairy tale Hallmark movie life. I got it, but I see right through you. Maybe because I hadn't been through stuff like that. It wasn't until later on in life, after my first relationship, that I was going through things. Yeah, but we won't talk about that. Learn how to be yourself. Learn how to depend on nobody but yourself. You know, you don't need a man. You don't need anybody. Like, you need to find it within yourself first. And I can't stress that enough. Did it once, we'll never do it again. I was fine before my first relationship, and then when you're in that relationship, I learned a lot of lessons in that relationship, especially at the end, afterwards, still to this day. You learn, you know, you lose that sense of yourself in the relationship, and you learn to just, I'm gonna shut up. What else is going on, guys? What else is going on? It's dreary out today. It's a little rainy. Fall's in the air. Love it. I'm so ready for fall. I want to do a lot of fall things. I just can't. I wish I had the freedom to do more things. Just, if I was on my own, let me tell you, I would barely be home. I would be just doing things. You know, I have 2 days off in a row a week. I'd be somewhere different every time. And see, like I said, I got my own stuff that I'm dealing with that I wish I could just be freed from and break free. So, but maybe one day I'll finally just had enough and be like, I'm done. I'm done. But it's hard to mentally break free from something, you know, it really is. You're like in this trapped mental conservatorship of a life. And you just get so okay and settled with this is just how it's been for years now. And just no trying to break out of it. You just, you know, you're years deep. You're years intertwined. It's just not, you can't do it. Can't do it. So I got my own business to be worrying about. I guess before I worry about other people's business, but it's fine. They'll be all right. People need to hear it. People need to hear the truth. Tough truth, because clearly nobody in these people's families are telling these people. Nobody that's truly close to them and truly cares about them is giving them the business. It's not, they're not telling, like my family be like, what are you doing? And they've done that. My family will clearly not care about my feelings in that sense. They'll give you the tough love of a parent or a friend and be like, you need to stop this. What are you doing? Da, da, da. Clearly these people don't have those people and friends that they think they have in family, because they're like they're just babying them, coddling them. It doesn't matter. I'm the mother, I'm the father, I'm the sister, I'm the best friend, this. You know, no. Give it to them straight. Stop babying them. And we're too old for this shit. We're in our now I'm 30, but we're in our 30s. Some of us closer to 40. Man, children, grown children. Stop it. And then they'll say, well, it's because of what I've been through. And, you know, I've had to be survival mode, and I've had to be grown up since I was like a baby. So now let me be young again. Like, oh my God, it's very deep. And I'm like, cool, great. Got it. You know, I don't know. I come off as insensitive, but I don't mean to be. But you know, someone's got to let them know. Someone's got to let them know how it is. They just don't want to hear it. It's like they know it, but they don't want someone to keep saying it to them. That's another thing. But we'll lay off that conversation, because I could keep going on and on and on and keep, you know, twisting the knife in the wounds that they've got already, that they don't want to stitch up and fix because they don't know how. And anyway, so enjoy the fairy tale, enjoy the wedding. I wish all the best for these people who think they're gonna have the fairy tale ending in life, and you know everything's gonna be a Hallmark. I've been down for so long. You came into my life. Everything else then was shit. Oh, none of these people know. I just know it. None of these people compare to you. And we're going to get married, and we're going to have families and have a kid. And then it's going to be a couple years down the road, and it's just not going to work out. And then I'm still going to be going on dating apps. And I'm still going to be fucking around. My apologies, guys. I'm sorry. I've had 2 cups of coffee. We know how that goes. Went for a walk today. Went to the park today. And I was really thinking, I was just very being in nature is just very calming for me. I'm like walking in the woods, the trails. It's just very calming. And then I was thinking like within myself and my journey in my life and stuff. Like it's amazing how I feel like I'm just like a jack of all trades. Like I feel it's weird how I'm a city boy. I love the city, but it's like how the nature and just the quiet nature, woods is just as calming and great for me. Like I can be in the city or I can be like in the mountains or I can be in nature. Like I can be at a party in a club and be social, but I can be like a homebody and be at home and be just fine. I can be this masculine person and I can be this feminine person. Like I could just do it all. It's like I'm a jack of all trades and I love it. But it's just weird how that works. Like like I have just as much clarity in the woods as I would in the city because I just love the hustle and bustle of the city. And just like, I love the sound of car horns and people yelling to go fuck yourself and, trains and sirens and all this stuff. But I just love the sound of, nature and rain hitting the leaves and squirrels fighting on trees and, water streaming. Like it's just funny how I like all that. I like all the same. I do need more calming in my life though. So I don't know. I really hope one day I can try to figure my life out and get it going because I'm sick of the same life that I've had for the last 4 to 5 years. And I just don't know if I could put up with it another year. It's like at some point, but like I've said earlier, I'm stuck in this box. And it does take a lot to break out from. And like I said, mentally stable person, and at some point you do question yourself, and I've talked about this a lot of videos. You do question yourself. You're like, okay, you really question how strong you really are. If you really can't speak up that much, you really can't do something. And people are very quick to be like, go do something, like say something, get out, do this, da da da. Just like I guess hypocrite, we love it. Just like I'm telling people to figure this out, like learn to love yourself enough. Do you really love yourself enough? If you're not speaking out or like doing what you got to do for yourself. So I could see it. We're just living in we're just all hypocrites. We're all hypocritical. What are you going to do? That's that, guys. That's that. Let's hope the rest of the year is good to all of us. This year really flew by. Like, I don't understand how next year is 2025. It just feels like the 2020s have been a blur to me. And I just really can't believe we're halfway through this decade now, almost. I just, my 2020s have had no substance whatsoever. Not like my 2010s. It's so weird because you would think as you get older, life gets more of meaning, but it's not. So I'm like, what is going on? That's, again, you question yourself. What are you doing? What do you need to do for yourself in your life going forward? Where can you find this happiness and peace, this sense of fulfillment that you're just not getting or feeling? And you just, I've got no emotions either. I'm completely numb to everything and everyone. I've got no emotions. That's something I need to work on as well. I think I still have a lot of healing to do, but I can't do it unless I'm by myself, like fully by myself, single. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't. But I don't know. Like, I need to accept the fact that things just happen. Like, it is what it is. I need to accept that. Like, things just happen. You can't keep blaming other people. You can't keep blaming situations. At some point, you do need to look at yourself and be like, okay, this happened. What, you need to figure this out. And you do, but you don't. So you need deep rooted stuff here, guys. So Wednesday we'll get there. And I think I'm done here. I hope you guys enjoyed the talk video. Leave a comment down below on anything that you want. If you want me to discuss something, we'll talk about it. And I'll get back to you. So that'd be that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.